my little shitlings, my little chicklings, my little babies, little babies. Yes, what you guys are. You guys are gonna be my little babies. I'm back with another video. Not me returning again. God, I've been doing so good this month. Guys, this video marks a full month of posting. We made a whole month of it. Everyone, round of applause. Someone clap. Somebody clap. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna do our makeup. I'm gonna do my makeup with you guys, and today's a special little video because I actually have a topic I want to talk about. It's not just gonna be me ranting and rambling and talking out of my ass. I'm gonna be expressing the importance of having balance and finding balance in your life and how you can work on it, and like areas of your life that you should focus on creating a balance for. I'm going to also try to express like my situations and experiences, so this might get a little dark and deep and twisted because my mind, honey, is a dark and twisted place. That being said, for today's video, we're gonna play around with some new makeup. I got 2 Ipsy bags and I got a Boxycharm package. Guys, I'm so confused, by the way, because like I thought I canceled my subscription, but now I'm getting them a lot. I got a June Ipsy bag, and then I have May's Ipsy bag, but it also has some of my like essential little makeup that I keep in my purse. I keep this one in my purse, so it has more than just the Ipsy shit. And then I have a Boxycharm package. So I'm gonna do a little haul and show you what I got, and then we're gonna jump right into the makeup and talking about today's topic. We'll start off with June's Ipsy bag. It's this cute little summer bag. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't like it. I mean, it's cute. I could see me using it for like the beach or something, but it's just not my color scheme. I don't like this part. It looks like a shoelace. It's just not really my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean I'm not appreciative of it. I just wanted to be honest and say, you know, like, how are you gonna send me something cute like this, and then the next month something like this during June, during the birthday season? Oh my god. So what I got is like a little brow brush. Honey, I'm gonna use that for my nose contour. A little eyeshadow palette. It's called Glamgasm. I wonder what they named that were inspired by that for. This is a face and eye palette. It's called Glamgasm. It's by the FormulaZ brand. Look like this. It's kind of cute. How am I supposed to use that as a blush? How are you supposed to use this on your face? Honey, what kind of little blush brush is someone using that for? This Benefit blush tint, or plush tint. It's a moisturizing matte lip. Oh, I thought it was going to be a blush. What in the hell? This is so tiny. I guess I'll also be adding this to my bag of products that I take on the go. Ooh, that color is cute. That color is cunt. Look at this color. All right. I know I was dissing you for being so tiny. But look at that. Look at that color. I'll swatch it. Oh my god, I'm such a makeup artist. Oh my god. That's pretty. That's like the color I use like for everything. So it's perfect. I will not be using this on my channel, but it came with like a little body scrub and cleanser. I love these kind of things. This is what I was really excited for. It's a Brow Boss Brow Styling Wax. I use soap. If anyone is wondering, I use soap to do my brows, so it's nice to actually have a product. Come on, man. I have 10-inch nails. Can we not? So this is the brow pomade. It's clear. Bitch, they sold me nothing. All right, now we're gonna get into May's Ipsy bag. I'm just showing you what I have in here because I want to. This is not all from Ipsy. Some of the stuff I put in there myself, and some of it is also from Ipsy from previous bags. I'm just gonna show you what I have. I got a little hand sanitizer, Frosted Coconut Snowball. As you can tell, this is from like the winter season, but I still have a little bit left, so I just threw it in there. I have a lip oil that I made. highlighter, a face powder, a little lip therapy, another highlighter. I think this is the one I got. And she kind of cute. I got an eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner. You never know when you gotta put a wing on. You never know when you gotta touch up a wing. It was this lipstick. This is cute. I keep this in my bag because you never know. Then I got this little powder puff because my skin when I wear makeup, it like separates sometimes or like it gets lines. So then I use that to like touch it up. And then I have a little mascara. I don't need to show you what a little mascara looks like. Eye cream. I have a little BB highlighter cream. I have a micro dermabrasion, an exfoliator. I really just keep these in my bag for like, you never know. A nail glue. This is not from Ipsy. And another exfoliant, a cleansing butter. So I have three face wash products. You never know when you're gonna have to wash your face, or you never know. All right. Now it's time for the real freaking treat. This big ass box. This is what I'm mostly gonna be using today. Or I'm gonna try to. Obviously not my whole face because they gave me most of the skincare today this time. Guys, look how cute these lip glosses are. Oh, this is from the band Pink Lips. Pink Lips? Is that what you call it? Yeah, I think so. So cute. I got more lip liners. And they're like my perfect shade because that's like the only lipsticks I use. From Milani Beauty. Polishing facial exfoliant. A full size one. I gotta put this in my bag. And then I got this JLO Tighten and Brighten moisturizer. I also got the eye cream. So I'm gonna be testing these out today, even though I use this a lot. And then I got another freaking palette. This one's cute. We're gonna try to do a look off of this one. This is E.l.f. I should look up how they pronounce it. I got this one. It's real cute. It comes with these shades. I'll be using these two palettes for my eyes today. Very similar schemes here, but we can come up with something cute with that. That's it. That's all that came in those packages. Everyone's silence. The queen is here. The queen is here. If y'all were ever wondering why I'm always covered in cat fur, that is the reason. The other day, I was driving down a really, really busy road. It was like a bridge. There was a kitten in the middle of the road, and I pulled my car off the side of the bridge, ran uphill, snatched her up, took her home. So right now she's in my bathroom. I made her a little spot in there, and she's been just chilling in there. But I have Bonnie, who I've had for 4 years now, and it's only been her. So trying to introduce her to other cats is a nightmare, because she's absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with them. Remove it, take it away. Let's just get into the tutorial. Okay, let's just dive right in. I'm gonna go ahead and moisturize with this JLO Beauty moisturizer. I already went and did my skincare off camera, but I just wanted to show me using this JLO moisturizer. Oh, it's actually really nice. JLO Beauty, you're actually kind of snapping. You're actually kind of eating this, ma'am. I have in my notebook here, I wrote it down, girls. I wrote it down. I was making sure to come prepared, because in my last videos, in every video I make, I never have topics, and then it's really hard for me to stay on topic because I do have a thing called attention deficit disorder. So it's really, really hard for me to focus sometimes and like stay on track. So I wrote things down and hopefully we can get somewhere with this. I'm not really gonna explain what I'm doing with the makeup. I'm just gonna talk. I'll leave in the description below. I'm trying to start leaving like the actual, like tagging the products and stuff that I use. So I'll have that in the description. If you wanna know what I'm using, I will have it in the description. So check below. You'll see it. In the past couple years, I've been doing a lot of like spiritual growth. I feel like I've talked about it a little bit, but not that much. One thing I learned is that it's important to have a balance. And if you don't find balance in your life, or if you don't make a balance in your life, you're going to feel so drained and exhausted in so many different ways. So I thought I'd make this little video, talk about this today, to kind of help anyone out there who is on a similar journey. I feel like this is something that every single human being should be aware of, or at least take into consideration when living life, because it can be hard at times. Having balance is important because it brings you a sense of like responsibility, makes you less defensive or critical when you listen to other people, or it just makes you more aware of things. You'll appreciate things more. You won't have this need to constantly like control everything around you. One thing about me is like I'm a fucking control freak, and I feel like I have to have control over everything in my life. Otherwise I feel really off balance, which is so funny because that just shows that I lack balance in certain areas. You aren't controlled by like material or materialistic things, and you're not constantly like chasing after money, and you're not really full of greed. Like you're just kind of chilling, like you understand life in a different perspective, and you kind of feel more at ease when you have a balance. What I mean by that is every single person has like two sides to them. A lot of people have more than two sides, but we're gonna just keep it simple and we're gonna talk about the two sides. I think it's important to analyze and be aware of the fact that we all have like the divine masculine that lives within us and the divine feminine. Whether you're a man or a woman or non-binary, like you have both of those roles that play a heavy part in your decisions and your life. Personally for me, I feel like I'm very, well, it kind of flips these past couple years because I've been doing a lot of work to like heighten my divine femininity. I feel like growing up, especially like my early 20s, I was heavily in my divine masculine kind of energy. Like I was power hungry, money hungry, assertive, kind of like the need to be powerful, the need to take charge, like different things like that. Basically, I feel like I was heavy in my masculine energy just because of like trauma and then like ego and just different stuff. Like it caused me to, I had to be the man, you know, like I had to, I felt like a heavy sense of like having to protect myself by being more manly, even though I've always been a woman and I've always identified as a woman. It's just like I feel like I've had to play as a man in order to like earn a spot in certain places or to earn a seat at certain tables. Felt like the only way I could be seen, accepted, safe, or successful was if I was this heavy in my masculine energy. And I like a lot of my trauma is due to men. Okay, so honestly a lot of my trauma is stemmed from men, and I'm not just talking about in like relationships, I'm talking about like in every aspect, like friendships, teachers. Like I've had a lot of experiences that caused me to feel like I had to be manly in a way, like in order to be respected. And then about like last year I kind of came to terms with that, and I was like, I want to be in my feminine. Like even though I'm a makeup artist and I love makeup and I love being girly, I haven't really allowed myself to be soft and vulnerable. Every time I experience something, I always feel I have to like be closed off. And you know, like how the ideal man is told to like program their brain, like don't show your emotions, emotions are weakness, don't cry, like all of those stigmas and beliefs that are pushed heavily onto men. It's like I adopted them onto myself, and I was like, if I wanted to be seen as powerful or anything like that, like I had to get rid of my soft side, if that made sense. I had to get rid of the vulnerability, or at least like keep it from anyone else's eyes. But then I realized like that's not me being true to who I am. I'm a very emotional person, and the more it was like I was just trying to like protect myself, and that's what I believe is like me. I was in survival mode, and then at some point I realized like I don't have to be in survival mode anymore. I can live my life. I can do everything I can to live my life. Like I don't have to try to constantly protect myself from certain situations or certain people, because I'm not in those areas anymore, and I've grown and changed, and a lot has changed in my life, so that like I can be vulnerable and I can be myself and I can be in my feminine energy without the fear of someone kind of taking that away or ruining it. And obviously, like, no matter who you are or where you are in life, you know, being vulnerable in a lot of people's eyes will always be deemed as being weak. And I think it's so important to just know that, like, especially for men, because I feel like not enough men are in their feminine energy or even acknowledge that they have that divine feminine energy within them. So many men hate women and so many women hate men, and I just feel like that causes such a toxic balance within yourself. It doesn't even matter about like the other gender or what we're talking about, personal, okay? Like I have a lot of trauma based around men, so I don't trust a lot of men that come into my life, or I trust them and then I experience things that make me go, oh, why did I do that? Like, why did I'm so stupid, why did I trust them? But at the end of the day, it's like I'm a vulnerable person, and I will never feel guilty for like showing love or showing kindness or compassion or being compassionate, you know, because like that's what I feel like I was created to do, not because I'm a woman, but because I'm a human being. And I just feel like compassion is like a gift that not a lot of people have these days, and I really try to be compassionate. But when you're compassionate, when you're over compassionate, when you do too much, then you feel drained, and then you feel hurt, and then you feel like you have to change it. Everyone is just trying to be closed off, and they think that that's like the healthiest thing to do. And I understand like our traumas have caused that and created that kind of like experience, but that is not healthy. No one should try to like purposely shut themselves off. And I say that and I sound like such a hypocrite, because that's exactly what I do. Like I don't know how to like let people stay in my life, because I know they're always gonna leave. So I'm always like, okay, you don't really mean that much to me anyways, so you know, you can leave whenever you want. Like, and that's not healthy. And I also like shut down, and like there's certain things like I just genuinely would never be able to express to certain people, because I just feel like, okay, like if I tell you this piece of information, you are going to use it against me, and that's going to make me feel weak and stupid, and then I'm going to regret being vulnerable. And when you have so many experiences and interactions like that, it makes you want to like create a shell, like an outer shell for yourself, where you're just like, I don't have emotions, I'm heartless, I'm a solid rock. But in reality, the beauty of life is when you allow yourself to be that ooey gooey loving, allow yourself to have emotions. And I feel like that's what I mean by like every person should just acknowledge that you have a soft side or a rough side or whatever it may be, and try to create a balance within that. Because if you're not balancing your feminine energy and you're just on your masculine energy all the time, you're not going to be satisfied. You're never going to feel like anything you do is enough. And if you're always in your masculine energy and you never embrace your feminine side, you're going to struggle so much with your emotions and processing them. And that's why we have a lot of emotionally immature people walking around acting like they're not acting like they're like so smart and have these new discoveries by like, oh yeah, if you want to be happy and like peaceful in life, just don't give a fuck about anything. Like it's a two-way street, you know, and it's there's a lot of different paths you can take, but I just really wanted to emphasize how important it is to care for your emotions, and then also care for like the person who backs up the actions, the person who acts, the person who moves forward, the person who gets the work done. Like, you have to have a balance. Otherwise, you will literally feel dysfunctional as fuck your entire life. Like, people care way too much about like designer clothes, expensive clothes, or always looking and dressing your best and looking your best. And there's nothing wrong with that. I take my time to look good when I go out. But I also have days where I'm like, I'm not going to put that much effort in because it's not that important. Your looks, the material shit, like the things that will fade over time, sometimes people put a little bit too much emphasis on that in their life instead of focusing on what they really need to be focusing, which is like healing their inner child or healing whatever the fuck is going on within. I'm an avid marijuana user. I will never shame or shit on people who feel like that weed is beneficial, because it is in ways. But I can't sit here and be told by a person who's always getting stoned and constantly like high or drunk, especially like people who just abuse any kind of substance, whether that be nicotine or caffeine. You can't convince me that you're happy. You can't convince me that you are at peace with yourself, because if you're constantly chasing a high or to be numb or numbing yourself, it just tells me that you're not satisfied with what your life, right? You're not happy with yourself, or you're not happy in the present moment, so you're constantly chasing something else. And guys, I smoke. Not right now, I'm kind of taking like a little break. I feel like you grow out of things, and guys, like I have a past with substances for a long time. That is what kept me alive. And I know that sounds corny, but it's the truth. Like, you never know what someone's going through. You never know someone's situation. Like, try not to judge people based off of like their choices, because a lot of the time like they make the choices that they make because that's like the thing that's going to keep them alive that day. Like, that maybe that's what brings them a little bit of happiness in that moment. And even if it's like something that's killing them or is detrimental to their health or anything, if it's keeping them afloat right now, like that's what's going to get them by. And I truly believe that every person, if they just keep having faith in themselves, and this is hard because like substances are like really iffy. Like, I'm not sitting here and saying, oh, if you do like, you know, if you're just doing it to keep yourself alive, like that's okay. No, it's not. Like, acknowledge when it's a problem, especially when it comes to shit that's like so easily influenced. If you're avidly putting the work in, you will get there. And it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of like adjusting. You might be doing really good, and then the next minute you'll crash and everything will fall apart. And that is normal. That is a part of life. Allow yourself the room to make mistakes, to fuck up. But then also, like, if you're going to do this, then you have to make sure you compensate by doing the opposite. Care for yourself and make time for yourself. It is so important. Like, when people are like preaching, oh, love yourself, self-care, like, guys, they're not joking. Everybody's preaching, oh, you gotta care for yourself, you gotta love yourself, you gotta take time for yourself to do the things that you love. And that's not always putting a face mask on. That's not always putting a face of makeup on. That's not always meditating and manifesting and journaling. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's allowing yourself to be in bed, be bedridden with all your dark thoughts, and just sitting there and allowing yourself to fucking feel it. There is so much growth that happens when you just sit with your emotions and you allow yourself to feel things. There's a way to have control over your thoughts and to understand that like the negative thoughts that you're constantly having, the past coming up, it's like those are just things that are trying to keep you from enjoying the present moment. Be sad when you're sad, or grieve when you're grieving. Be a friend, be the parent, be the mature older one who goes, okay, yeah, like you feel this way, but you're not gonna do it, you're not gonna act on it, because that's what helps you grow in life. What is healing is sitting down with your emotions and talking to yourself as if like you're an adult talking to another adult that you have respect for. Start talking to yourself better. Start trying to become aware of when you're talking negative about yourself, because I promise you, like, you're never going to gain confidence if you just sit there and allow yourself to tear yourself down. There's so many resources on the internet that are free on how to better your mental health, to better your confidence and all that stuff. So what is stopping you? The biggest test is when you're going through it, how do you talk to yourself? How do you treat yourself? How are you going to act in those moments when you don't have, when you're not good? When the table turns and you're at your lowest, how do you respond in those moments? You can be doing all the actions, but if you're not doing the work emotionally, like if you're just avoiding all your emotions and all your trauma, like baby, you're gonna hit a roadblock one of these days, and you're gonna come face to face with all the shit you're avoiding. And those actions, it's not gonna match up. You're gonna feel weak, you're gonna feel broken, and it's really gonna deteriorate your self-image, because you're gonna be like, oh, but I was working so hard and I was doing I was on a roll, and then now I'm paralyzed now from my trauma because I've been running from it all this time and now I can't. Yeah, that's real. Moving on from things, moving forward from life. I mean, when you experience trauma, like, yes, allow yourself that time to sit with it, right? But then you have to be able to move forward. You have to be able to go, okay, we're done crying about this. We're gonna wipe our tears. We're gonna do something else. We're gonna put it towards something else, right? Because being bedridden and being depressed all the time and looking down on yourself, or feeling bad about yourself, or feeling bad about a situation, can only get you so far, okay? Like, at some point you need to come up with a solution as to, how am I going to get over this? How am I going to get through this? How am I going to get past this situation? There's time to work, and there's time to play, and then there's time to heal. Find a balance within those things and you'll be all set. It's important to allow your inner child to soar and run and have her moments, or have their moments, right? But then it's also important that you know when it's time to put the big girl pants on and go, okay, it's time to be an adult and make adult choices for ourselves. Take the time to be an adult. Take the time to be a kid again. Especially if you have childhood trauma, make sure you allow yourself to be a kid again. Do the things that you used to like as a kid. Go chase bubbles, go jump in puddles. When you're an artist or when you're creative, you feel like you have to always create something good in order for it to have value. But in reality, it's the things that you do when no one's watching, or that are not going to be produced to feel good. So for example, like, I do makeup. Makeup is one way I can really express myself. It's like just now recently becoming a routine of mine to get in the habit of filming tutorials. But before I started filming tutorials, like years ago, I did makeup on my own. I did it for myself. I would do these looks and I wouldn't post them. I wouldn't take pictures. I would just do it to have that moment of just, it's personal, you know, like, allow yourself to have those personal moments where you just let your creativity shine, whether it's going to create something beautiful or a masterpiece or whatever. Like, it's not about it's not about the result, it's about the process and just giving yourself that time. Art is more so expressive than it is just one piece. Just create art to create it, not for it to become something. Try picking up a new skill, and don't worry about being good at it. Like, if you like athletic type of things, pick up a new sport and don't pressure yourself to be the best or to be great or to be competitive. Just do it to release energy or to have an outlet, basically. Having an imagination is like the one thing from childhood that like we can keep for ourselves going into our adult years. I'm going in with this Formula palette, by the way. Make sure you sit down and acknowledge the achievements that you've made, no matter how small. Always, 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 always acknowledge your achievements and praise yourself when you achieve something or when you fulfill a goal. Celebrate every win, especially when no one else around you is taking the time out to celebrate you. And a lot of the time, like, you can't expect people to celebrate you. Your family, your friends, your loved ones, you have to celebrate you. You show them why you deserve to be celebrated. If you've struggled with sobriety and you're sober now, every time you hit a milestone, make sure you take that time out to celebrate the fact that you made it that far, because it's so, like, it's not easy. It's not easy, and you deserve to treat yourself when you put the work in. Make your life a big deal. Make your birthday a big deal. Buy yourself gifts. Treat yourself. I'm not going to say splurge all the time, but I'm saying make the time. Make there a moment. You better be celebrating every milestone. You better be. And if no one else is celebrating with you, let me know. I will be that person to celebrate it with you, because you being alive, you choosing life, even, and especially with those of you who struggle also with, like, if you've self-harmed or if you've ever contemplated your life or your existence, whether you tried it or have just contemplated it, that is something to celebrate. The fact that you are still here, still alive, still breathing, and you chose to live another day, that is something worth celebrating, even if no one else celebrates with you. I'm so happy that you chose to stick around and to be here on this earth, because I know it can be hard, I know it can be scary, and I know everybody is going through their own battles and own struggles, so you never really know what another person is going through, and mental illnesses and mental health is important, and it's a real thing, and it's not something that everyone talks about freely, but just know you are not alone, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for staying clean if you're out here staying clean. I'm proud of you for wanting to get clean if that's something that you are still struggling with. Just the fact that you can acknowledge if you have a problem or if you're struggling, if you can come to terms with it and talk to yourself about it, that is the first step. If you are struggling in any aspect, just being aware and being conscious of it and saying, okay, I have a problem, I need help, that is something to celebrate. Tell yourself you're proud. When is the last time you've told yourself you're proud of yourself? If you look at the mirror and you just list 5 things that you like about yourself in that moment, whether it be physical, I say mix in physical, make some about your physical appearance, but also make some about your personality and your character, because then you feel better about yourself, and that is the active steps to take to start viewing yourself in a better way, to start talking to yourself in a better way, to change the inner dialogue that we have on ourselves, because that is a reflection of other people. They put it onto us, so change it. Do the work to change how you view yourself in your mind and in appearance wise. When you find balance, you will stop stressing about your income, about money, about having enough money or any of that, because you'll just be content knowing that whatever happens, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through it. You're going to find a way to get through it. You'd be able to trust yourself more with money. Like, you won't feel like, oh, like having a lot of money is going to create like I'm gonna fuck it up for myself or anything like that. And when you come from like poverty, or when you come from like lower class, or when you come from a place where you're not where money is not easily accessible, when that is your reality for so long, it's hard to break that belief that, oh, I can receive money just by being who I am, by achieving my goals, by doing what I love. And it's hard. It's hard. It takes work. It takes sometimes breaking down. Sometimes it takes the opposite of work. Sometimes it takes a lot of rest to be able to understand that mentality. And if you do not do it for yourself, the world or God will make sure that it happens. And I can say that with my whole damn chest, because after years and years and years of busting my ass and giving my all to jobs that I didn't even necessarily like enjoy, it got to a point where I can't do that anymore. Like, I literally feel blocked and stuck, and that's not always a good feeling. But in a way, like, I'm so thankful that I'm going through these emotions and these moments, because it's pushing me to have no other option but to chase my dream and to do what I want to do and what I love. And I mean, it took me a long time to get to this place. So obviously, if you're not in that place, don't stress. You'll get there on your own. Like, guys, when I mean, like, I was having conversations with God and saying, okay, like, give me a couple more months, like, please give me just a couple more weeks. But when God says it's time, he will take you the fuck out of any situation that you're in. And that's just the truth. Like, that is just the reality of everything. And especially if you believe in a higher power, and if you believe in a higher source, you know, and you'll know that, like, things will just happen even if you're not ready. You make time for yourself to rest. You allow yourself to rest. You don't beat yourself up when you're like, okay, I need time for me. I need to heal me. Like, you won't feel guilty for giving yourself time or taking time for yourself. Now, everybody's situation is different. Mind you, some people out here have children. Some people out here have disabilities. Some people out here have to feed and take care and provide for their families. And I know, because I've been in that situation for a very long time, and I feel like I finally just, like, I can't anymore. I can't be that provider anymore, because I'm not providing for myself. I'm not taking care of myself in the way that I'm supposed to, and I'm not living true to my purpose. Like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing on this earth if I'm constantly trying to please other people and fix things for other people and make things great for other people. Like, what I mean is, like, you have to devote your time to yourself, and you should be your #1 priority. If you have kids or if you have a different lifestyle, obviously it's not going to be the same for everyone, but you have to make that time. You have to make sure that you make that time for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're going absolutely nuts, and you're going to feel so icky and weird because you're not living in alignment with what you are meant to be doing. You'd have more empathy for people. You will look at people and you'll understand that we are all on our own journeys, and you kind of just understand that, like, I don't know, you don't have resentment towards people, you don't hold grudges towards people, you just kind of let things go and let things be. Like, you don't take things as personally as, like, you used to. Like, things will happen and you'll just be like, okay. And you have, like, a new sense of emotional stability when it comes to your own emotions, or when it comes to conversing with other people about their emotions. You can kind of take a step back and realize this person is their own person with their own experience, without having to put your experiences or everything onto them or into that situation. We go through the things we go through in life for a reason. One thing that's been getting me through my shit, or getting me through my current whatever this is knowing that this is not happening to me, it's happening for me. It's happening to better my future. It's happening so that I could be prepared. It's preparing me for something in the future, and I'm thankful as hell for that. Like, I mean, I have, like, specific memories where it just clicked in my head that I was like, ooh, this is not good. This does not feel good. Somehow something that was so amazing and such a blessing in my life quickly turned into a nightmare, and quickly turned into something that was draining me of all my energy. I'm talking about vampire, energy vampire, motherfucker. I know you're out there. Like that kind of situation when you think it's like, and I was like, whew, this has to be for something big, because the amount of damage it could have done if I was any other person. If you had, like, it did damage, and I'm a strong-willed person, like my heart is strong, right? And it did damage. So imagine if I hadn't taken the routes and went down and experienced the things that I went through, I would be broken, and I would have believed that person when they told me that, like, to question my worth or that I wasn't worthy enough. Honey, what? You need to learn what your worth is. And if you're currently going through it, and say if you're currently in a situation that you just feel like you deserve better, you're going through this situation because it's teaching you what you deserve. And I promise you, when it's finally through, and when you finally get the courage to walk away, or finally get the courage and the strength to stop accepting the things that you accept in your life, you'll realize you went through those things because it taught you what you truly deserve. And one day, you're going to have a situation that comes around, you're going to have a relationship, you're going to have a connection, a genuine connection with somebody that is worth it, that is worth the fights or struggles or ups and downs. It won't feel like a constant battle. If you guys believe in the power of prayer, or if you believe in a higher power or anything like that, and want to know a very quick and effective way to ensure that you have the right people and the right energy around you, ask God to remove those who do not align with your purpose, or who are not meant to be in your life. Because God will take them bitches out so quick, and you'll be scared who leaves. This is little Onyx. I promised to show you her. This is the little kitten that I rescued off the side of the road the other day. If you drive, please be cautious when driving, because she was in the middle of the road. Don't forget that you are worth so much more that you give yourself credit for. You do not deserve to feel like an option or anything like that. So if you're in a situation where you feel like that, please, I hope that you find the strength to get out of it. If you are not happy in whatever you're currently facing, I hope that, things turn around for you. And if you're struggling to find confidence, or if you're struggling to find love for yourself, I know that it will change. Allow whatever you're going through. Just learn to go with the motions, learn to adapt no matter what situation you're facing, and be patient and kind with yourself. Thank you guys again for coming on this channel and watching this video with me and having a little talk with me. Where are you going? I love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment if you feel like commenting. Let me know what other topics you want to talk about. I have a lot of videos like this planned. You will get to that place of having balance when it's time. So don't rush it, and try everything you can to just live in the moment and love yourself in the moment, because it's worth it. Bye. Bye. Say bye. Say bye, little baby.